All companies you have worked at and dealt with before becoming CEO consistently had a zero-sum mindset in procurement. And to the best of your knowledge, your industry peers have a similar transactional view on procurement. In the end, procurement controls a significant share of your cost, so it's mostly about savings, right? Well, this is how most companies still think about procurement, and you can, of course, carry on with business as usual, and you may be successful in doing so, but you have already started thinking about procurement. You anticipate that the fact that your industry peers are overlooking it could be turned into a significant competitive advantage, especially in the current crisis. In this video, I will show you how to embrace a new paradigm for procurement. Let's get started. The key to turning procurement into a competitive advantage is by starting to think about it as a source of value rather than just a source of savings. This different perspective changes everything. Savings drive the bottom line. Value drives the bottom and top line alike. Beyond savings, value in procurement can manifest itself as quality, speed, innovation, risk management. Value in procurement should shape your strategy. Let us look at 4 examples to illustrate the link of value in procurement to the top line and to corporate strategy. First, quality. Over decades, Toyota has had a relentless quality focus. It is essential to how Toyota develops and builds cars. But it does not stop there. Toyota educates suppliers to follow its philosophy and principles. Over time, suppliers graduate into higher tiers and are rewarded with more complex tasks that generate more revenue. This focus on supplier quality has paid off. Toyota's brand has become a synonym for quality that has helped it to become the world's largest car maker. Second, speed. Inditex became the world's largest fashion group with a focus on ultra-short product life cycles. The industry was used to having summer and winter collections that were made by suppliers in Asia and then shipped in bulk to retail outlets in America and Europe. Inditex refreshes its collections every couple of weeks and uses highly efficient local suppliers that can respond to changing demand patterns within days and outpace its competitors in terms of growth and profit. Third, innovation. Apple is known for the appealing styling of its iPhones and iPads. But one of the lesser known reasons for its success is its design ownership of silicon components. Together with its key suppliers, Apple is gradually introducing custom processors and sensors that lead to unique user experience. This allows Apple to harvest the lion's share of profits in the smartphone and PC markets and to dominate the tablets and wearables markets. Maybe more importantly, it puts Apple in a position to break away from Intel if and when it feels appropriate. Fourth, risk. When the Great Hanshin earthquake struck Kobe on January 17, 1995, car makers around the world found out that all of them were using the same specialty pigments that gave cars a glittering shine. The sole factory making these pigments had been damaged by the earthquake. Shiny paint quickly got out of stock, and end customers were forced to either switch to a dull color or wait for months for the production to recover. Every earthquake, flood, conflict, new trade barrier, or pandemic tests supply chains and has asking executives, are we prepared for this? Summing up, cost savings and the above value elements and asking what if makes the link to corporate strategy. What if we could have a breakthrough cost? Toyota style quality, Inditex style speed, Apple style innovation. What if we had a resilient supply chain? How would these breakthroughs shape our strategy? What would these breakthroughs do to our competitive position? Some may say that Toyota, Inditex and Apple can have great quality, great speed, great innovation because they are the biggest and by many measures the most successful companies in their respective industries. I say they are the biggest and most successful companies in their respective industries because they saw more in procurement than just savings. Toyota was laughed at by Detroit car makers in the 1970s. Inditex opened its first Zara store in 1975, decades or even centuries after many of its competitors. Apple was close to bankruptcy in 1997. Thinking about procurement as a source of value was key to leading them from humble beginnings to industry leadership. So how do you progress from thinking about procurement as a source of value to operationalizing this thinking in order to reap benefits like Toyota, Inditex and Apple did? It starts by connecting a few key dots. At the heart of the new paradigm, we have the value that procurement is ultimately expected to deliver. Double savings, double quality, double speed, double innovation, half the risk, double strategic impact, year over year for the next 3 to 5 years. Procurement achieves this value by aligning suppliers with products and customers. Thinking of suppliers, products and customers as individual stakeholders facilitates the alignment process. Each of these three stakeholders has a voice that needs to be considered by procurement in order to have good alignment. The voice of the supplier tells procurement what is possible along his capability and willingness. Understanding what a supplier can do and could do and what a supplier is willing to do is essential for any long-term considerations in procurement. The voice of the customer tells procurement about conscious or even subconscious customer needs. Customers are the realm of marketing and sales, of course, but very much like the pilot of a plane needs a radar, procurement needs to hear this voice in order to take the right decisions with suppliers. Procurement can also help to interpret the voice of the customer by comparing it with what it hears about suppliers and competitors. The voice of the product. Is there a voice of the product? Yes, there is. Similar to evolution in the biological world, products follow somewhat predictable trends. One of these trends is miniaturization. The topic has been described extensively as technology S-curves and technology evolution. Companies that let their products evolve in a logical and natural sequence are more successful than others. Look no further than at Toyota, Inditex and Apple for evidence. Let's summarize this. In the new paradigm, procurement creates value by aligning the voice of the supplier with the voice of the product. I call this guide supplier ecosystems. Procurement also creates value by aligning the voice of the product with the voice of the customer. I call this own the product lifecycle. And in order to create this value, procurement needs to unleash technology for its enablers and solid data foundation. With this new paradigm, you can create a procurement that delivers unprecedented value for your company. Reach out to me in the comments down below should you wish to discuss any aspect of this new paradigm. I promise to get back to you within 24 hours, and if useful, I may even respond with a dedicated video. Thank you for watching and stay safe. Bye.